Welcome everyone to this explainer. I am so incredibly excited to guide you through today's topic, because honestly, what we're looking at here is nothing short of a masterclass in absolute faith. We're going to be exploring a pivotal moment in the life of Prophet Ibrahim, peace be upon him. Now, this is a figure so deeply revered that he's known as Khalilullah, which beautifully translates to the friend of Allah. His life is literally a cornerstone of faith for millions. And today, we're going to zoom in on one specific, super powerful story that reveals a lot about how belief and the human mind actually work together.
But before we get into the historical narrative itself, I really want to ask you a question right off the bat. Does asking questions mean your faith is weak? I mean, just think about that for a second. We so often assume that complete, unquestioning silence is the only real sign of true belief, right? Like human curiosity somehow completely contradicts faith. But is it actually wrong to want to understand how things work? Let's keep that core philosophical theme in the back of our minds as we move forward.
All right, moving right along to Section 1, Complete Faith versus Human Curiosity. We're going to explore a profound historical event from the Quran that perfectly balances divine belief with human inquiry.
Okay, let's dive into this. Section 2, The Quest for Peace of Mind.
So we are looking at this very specific, incredibly intimate moment in time where Prophet Ibrahim, who was already a chosen messenger with immense faith, makes a highly unique request to his creator. Here's the exact request, beautifully captured in the first half of Surah Al-Baqarah, verse 260. Ibrahim asks, "My Lord, show me how you give life to the dead." Now just pause and really think about the sheer magnitude of that question. In response, Allah asks him, "Do you not believe?" And Ibrahim's reply is just, "It's truly beautiful." He says, "Yes, I do believe, but I ask this to reassure my heart." He wasn't questioning if Allah could do it, not at all. He was asking to actually see how it was done to achieve a very specific spiritual state.
Now, what's really interesting about this slide is the very clear distinction Ibrahim makes here. There is a massive difference between doubt and peace of mind. In Arabic, this profound peace of mind is called atmainane qalb. Ibrahim makes it exceptionally clear, right? His question absolutely did not stem from a lack of faith or some kind of underlying skepticism. Instead, it stemmed from a deep, profound desire to elevate his already rock-solid belief into a state of absolute, unshakable peace. He basically wanted his heart to be perfectly at rest through direct, first-hand observation.
Which brings us nicely to Section 3, the divine instruction. You might actually wonder how a bold request like this was received. Well, the incredible thing here is that Allah did not reprimand Ibrahim for his curiosity. Quite the opposite, actually. He graciously accepted this intimate request from his friend, and he taught Ibrahim a direct, physical method to witness this miracle firsthand. This leads us to the second half of verse 260, which contains this climactic and highly specific instruction. Allah commands, "Take 4 gourds, tame them to yourself, then put a part of them on each mountain, and then call them. They will come to you in haste." It is a highly specific, totally interactive command. Ibrahim isn't just told to sit back and watch a show. He is instructed to actively participate. And think about it. Taming 4 wild birds so perfectly that they immediately recognize your voice, that is no small task in itself. It required immense dedication and patience before the miracle even began.
And this brilliantly illustrates Section 4, the miracle of 4 birds.
So let's break down exactly how this whole thing unfolded. First, he takes the 4 birds. Second, he tames them, building a real connection with them so they know his exact voice. Third, after they are sacrificed, he places their mingled parts on separate distant mountains. And finally, the 4th step, he calls them back. I want you to imagine the vivid scene playing out here. The very moment he calls out to them, those scattered lifeless bird parts miraculously reassemble. It's like a giant puzzle coming together in midair, rushing back to life and returning directly to the prophet upon his call. It is just a breathtaking visualization of divine power restoring life.
Moving on to Section 5, Achieving Absolute Certainty.
Witnessing this magnificent sight right before his very eyes accomplished exactly what Ibrahim had hoped for. It filled his heart with that profound peace, tranquility, and absolute certainty he was craving. The absolutely crucial point here is understanding the shift in his spiritual state, which is perfectly captured by these 2 terms. We have Ain-ul-Yaqeen, which means the knowledge of certainty. Now, Ibrahim already had this, for sure. He knew Allah could raise the dead. But the miracle elevated him to Ain-ul-Yaqeen, which translates to the eye of certainty. This miracle was entirely about elevating a chosen servant's faith from simply knowing the truth in his mind to actually witnessing it manifest in reality with his own 2 eyes.
So, why does this all matter for us today? Because seeking reassurance is an elevating step in faith. It really is. Pondering over the universe, reflecting on divine power, and earnestly asking questions to seek reassurance actually strengthens your faith. It doesn't weaken it at all. It shows an active, fully engaged heart that is striving for a much deeper, more profound connection.
So, as we wrap up, I really want you to reflect on this. When you encounter the vastness of the universe or ponder divine power, how do you seek peace of mind in your own spiritual journey? Remember the incredible example of Ibrahim. Let your questions be the bridge that leads you from the knowledge of certainty directly to the true peace of the heart.
Thank you so much for joining me for this explainer. If you found this narrative as faith-inspiring as I did, please comment Subhanallah down below, hit that like button, share this with your friends to spread the knowledge, and definitely subscribe to the channel so you never miss an explainer. I'm going to leave you with this one final thought. If the friend of Allah sought to witness a miracle to rest his heart, what questions are you afraid to ask on your own journey to absolute certainty? Keep learning and keep reflecting.